Right, with its cold and refreshing taste, recently cider has been gaining a lot of popularity. Plus, it also makes for a perfect patio beverage, a patio pounder.
Yeah, well, especially this time of year as well. And with so many different cider breweries popping up all over the city, Lauren Kelly is in the Heights this afternoon getting a lesson on how some of our favorite ciders are made. Lauren, are you an expert yet?
Hey, you know what? You use the term patio pounder? Is that what you said?
Don't act like you've never heard it before.
If you are not a beer fan, if you're not a wine fan, maybe like the hard liquor just does not do it for you. This is a perfect drink right down the middle. It's refreshing, and we're going to get all the details here at Onion Creek in the Heights today. This is one of my favorite places, and here to talk more about the history behind these cider is Patrick. He's the co-founder of City Orchard Cider right here in Houston. The first thing that I asked you was, is every cider apple-based?
Yes, with one exception.
Okay.
People also use pears, but it's called Perry.
Okay.
So yeah, cider is 100% apple.
So along the lines of changing up the flavor, how does that work?
Well, apple cider plays very well with other fruits. In fact, especially in Texas, the Texans like a lot of different variety, a lot of different flavors. So, you know, we make pure apple cider. But we also throw in some cherries sometimes. Our best seller here is lavender cider.
Oh, yes.
And we can talk a little bit more about
For
the
sure,
flavors.
but Patrick, what I do want to ask though, how did the whole cider beverage even come about? It's been around for quite some time.
Well, apple cider has been around as long as apples, 10,000 years.
Okay.
Roman times. But here in the United States, it was the alcoholic beverage of choice in the colonies. In fact, Benjamin Franklin always used to say, don't eat apples because they'll take away apples to make apple cider.
Oh, he was onto something there.
He was. So
okay.
it was a common drink. It was used to baptize babies. It was safer than drinking water. But Prohibition ended all of that. In fact, when Prohibition was enacted, a lot of the apple trees were cut down.
So I took a sip of this. This is the OG of the City Orchard, right?
I'm just going to take
this. This is the OG one.
And this is all apple. We used about 5 different types of apples.
That one's good. And can I taste the lavender one? I'm gonna see if I can do this. This is you said your best seller. Look at that. It's really pretty. I'm a fan of lavender. Let's see. I definitely can taste the difference between just the basic, the OG, and adding that little bit of lavender flavor. But you taste the apple first, and then the lavender is what comes out, right?
We try not to hide the apple.
I love it.
Because the apple cider is so good.
Absolutely. Well, Patrick, you guys don't go anywhere. Coming up next, we're going to chat with another Austin Eastcider label that's going to show us how to make this beautiful fall cider cocktail. I'm going to take a little bit of a sip now. Oh, just as a preview, and I'm going to see if there's anything saved a little bit later on the show. Derek and Courtney, I need to start pounding these. Speaking of game day, it is quite the perfect drink to drink on a patio if you're watching the Astros game.
You know what? That's so true. And Lauren, because they're in cans, they travel easily. I'm just saying, we're totally down for some samples.
Yes.
All right.
I'll bring you back some. How about it?
We need the bartender back, too. He was giving me life earlier.
He's coming back.
Okay, good. He had some moves.
Matthew was coming back.
Thanks, Lauren. We'll see you in a bit. When we come back, if you're starting to feel like you're
Well, it's almost happy hour, you guys, and this is the perfect patio crisp sipper. I'm talking about cider. We're here at Onion Creek in the Heights, and by popular demand, this guy right here, this is Matthew. He is the district manager for Austin Eastciders, which you've made quite the name on our segment today.
Awesome.
We're going to be talking about your ciders, but a perfect cocktail to make for the fall, because the ciders are generally based with an apple or pear flavor.
Correct.
And then you kind of infuse them with other flavors.
You learned something.
I learned today,
You
guys.
are a learner. I love it.
So show me what kind of cider.
Okay, so Austin Eastciders is the #1 craft cidery in the state of Texas.
And what is your job title? What's your official job title?
Movingandshaken.com. You can catch me on Bearded and Burley calendars around the state.
Okay.
So in here we have a little bit of gin. We've got some fresh lime juice, a little bit of simple. This is the cocktail we're serving at Onion Creek, which is one of our #1 accounts here in the Houston area.
Take a look around. They have the best patio. I absolutely love coming out here because on a hot Houston day, there's nothing more perfect than coming out here and having a nice, cold, refreshing cider. Okay,
That's right. So
from this,
we've got gin, we've got our We've got our lime juice, touch of simple,
this
basil.
flavor you poured was blackberry,
The
right?
blackberry cider. It's our newest year-round cider. So we're going to give that a little strain
We've got just
over
a little bit of
ice.
time yet. I'm going to taste this. Okay. Let's see how
And
you did.
then we're going to top it off with a little bit more blackberry cider.
Here we go. Ready? Let me give it a little final to-do taste.
Boom.
Okay, I guess you can keep your job. You
Harness
are
the
actually
garnish.
Very, very good. Thank you so much for showing us all the fun ciders today, especially
You're
the
welcome.
Austin Eastciders, the blackberry, the Texas honey. That's their OG, and
Texas
you guys
honey.
will be out here at Onion Creek this weekend for a cider
On
festival.
Saturday, we'll
So,
have
yeah.
lemon ginger as a
Ooh.
new little specialty
See,
flavor
you
to
gotta
try.
Come out here and see, and that's going to be Saturday from 1 to 5. All the info is at HoustonLife.tv. Clearly, I have a little bit of cider to finish. Go Stros. Derek and Courtney, back to you guys.
Mover and shaker needs to be part of the show every day.
You're part of the show every day,
Let's
Matt,
go.
okay?
It's pretty cool. He has that hidden
hire.
staircase behind the bar, too. Very impressive.
Yes, he does have a hidden staircase. It's very
That's
impressive.
right.
Yes.
Wait till you see the elevator.
Down to the Oh,
Oh, it's like
the
Snoopy's
elevator
house.
works, too. Wow.
Where did he go?
Oh, okay, he's back.
Thanks,
All right,
Lauren.
Lauren.